Namaste, yogis, and welcome to my channel. My name is Matt, and today we're going to do a Yin Yoga class to help you heal physical or emotional traumas. As some of you may know, my dad's suicide is what brought me to Yin Yoga in the first place and brought me to being a teacher. And oftentimes, it's not the event in itself or the trauma on the moment that will affect you. It will be the lingering after effect of holding on to this trauma inside of your mind and your body. So when we experience traumas, a lot of times this specific situation will create tightness in our fascia, in our tissues, in our body. And even though we don't really notice it, we're always carrying that heaviness, that stress, that tightness everywhere we go. So today we're just going to be focusing on allowing ourselves to be conscious of that body tightness, those emotions, and working on using the Yin Yoga practice as I've been doing for 2 years to free ourselves up from that. So for today's class, all you're going to need is a bolster or a pillow, and I'm going to invite you to start in the seated position on top of the bolster or your pillow with your legs in front of you on the ground. And we're just going to close our eyes. If you want, you can place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, dropping down the shoulder blades, and focusing on your breath, doing deep inhales through the nose as usual. Deep exhales through the nose. So just calming the mind here and the body as we allow ourselves to be free, to use this special moment, this Yin Yoga class, to just feel good and free ourselves from the past of emotional or physical traumas. Being conscious that we can feel good if we want to. Just have to put our mind, body, and soul in line with it. So from here you can scan your body from head to toes. If you find any area of tightness, just send your breath to that area and imagine it relaxing with every exhale. And we can slowly open up our eyes. And as we do this, I want you to focus on this sentence that I'm going to share with you. So you're going to rehearse in your mind, I am no longer allowing past traumas to dictate my life. I am no longer allowing past traumas to dictate my life. So just take a moment to let that sink into yourself. And we can slowly from here place the bolster on the ground at the top of our mat here, turning away from it, bringing the base of our spine in contact with the bottom of the bolster. And we're just going to lower ourselves down, all the way down onto the bolster as we bring the sole of our feet together into reclined butterfly. You can allow your shoulder blades to hang on both sides. Here, shoulders to be loose. Placing the back of your hands in contact with the floor. And once again, reconnecting with your breath. Allowing yourself to be happy in this moment of peace, safety, and calmness. This is your own stress-free zone. Your moment of well-being and joy, which make you realize that sometimes that's all you need to feel happy. So when you're ready, you can close your knees very slowly and feel free to use your hands to help you do that. And from here, we're just gonna push ourselves back up. And I'm gonna invite you to roll on your right hip here, just making a 90-degree angle with the right leg, and then a 90-degree angle with the left leg, going into twisted deer pose. So once you settle into this, we're gonna take one big inhale here. And as we exhale, we're gonna turn around facing the bolster, moving our hands over it so that we can align our upper body with the bolster here. And then in this position, one big inhale, exhale, we're gonna lower ourselves down, and you can hug the bolster here. So this feels really good for the spine. It's a great way to release any kind of stress and tension in that area as we soften up into stillness. And when you're ready, you can push yourself back up, using your hands on the floor and walking them back as you raise your upper body. And then very slowly untwisting out of this position, recentering yourself over your yoga mattress. And then when you're ready, rolling on the left hip here. I'm just gonna be doing a 90-degree angle now with the left leg, and a 90-degree angle with the right towards the back, placing the side of the left hip in contact with the bolster. So when you're ready here, again, one big inhale. Exhale, we're going to walk our hands back facing the bolster, aligning ourselves with it. And then from here, one big inhale. Exhale, walking our hands and lowering ourselves down onto the bolster. Hugging it, finding stillness, and enjoying how that feels in our spine. And as you lie down on the bolster like this, you might feel your heartbeat into the bolster. So being conscious of that heartbeat makes you understand that whatever trauma you went through wasn't strong enough to kill you or take your life away. And that if you are still here today, it's because you deserve to live, you deserve to be happy, and you deserve to move past those traumas. So use that heartbeat to remind you that as you fully relax onto the bolster in this Yin Yoga practice today. We can push ourselves back out of this very slowly as we raise the upper body. And from here, I'm going to invite you to just lift your hips up and turn onto all fours, facing the bolster here. Just going to clip this back here. And from all fours, we're just going to go into cat and cow a little bit, working on the spine here. So big inhale, we're going to drop the belly button down, curving the spine, looking up. Exhale, pushing through the hands, shoulder blades, chin to chest, round the spine here. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And the final one. And going back to a neutral spine here, we're going to go into Pigeon pose. So I'm going to invite you to bring the left knee behind the left wrist, extending the right leg back, and then with the right hand you can move the left shin forward, a little bit more towards the bolster here. We're going to be using the bolster for support. So from here, just take a moment to move your hips forward and down, feeling a deep stretch in your left glute, focusing on your breath. And when you feel ready, you can take one big inhale again. And exhale, you can lower yourself down, hugging the bolster, bringing your belly and chest in contact with it, and just focusing on how nice that deep stretch in your glute feels. We do hold a lot of tightness, stress, and emotions in the glutes. That's why I decided to throw this in today and do the pigeon pose with you guys. And when you're ready, you can push yourself back up. Again, walking your hands as you raise your upper torso. And then moving your hips back and up as you free the left leg back in line with the right one. So from here, now we can bring the right knee behind the right wrist, extending the left leg, holding on to the right foot with the left hand and moving that right shin forward, settling into pigeon pose here on the other side. So let's take a few breaths here, placing the bolster in line with ourselves. And when you're ready, you can walk your hands forward again and fully relax all the way down onto the bolster. Finding stillness as you send your breath down to the right glute to release the tension, stress, and emotions that are lingering in there. And we can push ourselves back up again, getting out of this position very slowly. And then moving our hips back and up as we make some space for the right leg here. So I'm gonna invite you to bring your knees to the center of your yoga mat, crossing your ankles here so that we can roll back onto our glutes. And we're just gonna place the bolster sideways as we bring our legs above and over, landing the bolster just underneath the knees here. And we're gonna go into a very relaxed caterpillar position here. So lengthening the spine, taking one big inhale. On the exhale, I'm gonna invite you to walk your hands forward and then just roll the spine and chin down. And you should feel the stretch here in between your vertebrae and not so much in your hamstring. Just a little bit, but the goal is to create space in your spine here. And having a gentle and nice stretch in the hamstrings. So let's reconnect with the breath as we enjoy how that feels. You can grab the back of your feet with your hands if you want to help you find some stillness. we can slowly release the position, raising our upper body all the way up. And from here, we're gonna lower ourselves down onto Savasana. So all the way down onto the floor, keeping the bolster underneath the knees for support. Let's just allow ourselves to relax here. Focusing on our well-being, lowering our stress levels, and freeing ourselves up from past traumas. So I'm gonna invite you to stay down into Savasana for as long as you want, as I make my way up to conclude this class with you guys today. So the takeaway from today's class is to understand that you might not have control over what happened to you physically or emotionally in the past, but you do have control over how you react to that today and how you allow past traumas to affect your life. And that's what's beautiful about it. Like in my case, I could have chosen to stay sad and depressed over what happened to my dad, or decide to be happy and try to do something productive with it, like this yoga channel, so that I can give back to the world. So that's what I decided to do. And it's been great ever since, even though it doesn't erase the past. I'm just dealing with it differently, and so can you. So hands at the heart, I'm gonna wish you a beautiful day, and I'm gonna see you on the next class. Bye everyone. Namaste.